Hey everyone, on Saturday night, a man by the name of Jason Dalton, white, 45 years old, father of two teenagers, married to Carol Dalton of Kalamazoo, Michigan, went out on what has been his normal routine of driving around people using Uber, but this time with a twist. In between pickups, he would shoot people. He shot a total of six people, one a teenager in critical condition, all white, mostly women. So by the looks of things, he just plain went off. And by this time, we all look for an angle. He's got to be a right wing guy. He's got to be this. Well, from the looks of things, he was definitely in the guns. But what I look at is this: Uber driver means second job. He also worked for Progressive Insurance. Someone out there looking for another spin thought that he was a progressive, a politically progressive person. You know, a liberal, a left winger. No, no. When he said he was a progressive, it meant that he worked for Progressive Insurance. Wow. The bottom line isn't politics, it's this. Are you ready? Overworked. When you are taking a job on the weekends, driving people here and there, it means that you need that money. And if you're working for Progressive Insurance as some type of adjuster, that's iffy, okay? That's not exactly solid. Then you've got two kids and you're married and your wife is working as well. That's pressure. When they found Mr. Dalton, it was at a bar, which means he was drinking. You see how this is fitting together? This man snapped. At some point, he went, and this is happening more often than not. Last year, there was a case of a gentleman, roughly the same age, roughly the same part of the country, who had a great relationship, just if you follow his Facebook profile, great relationship with his significant other, female. And then somewhere along the way, about a year ago, it snapped. And the moment they stopped hanging out, the moment he stopped posting photographs with her, he went on a political rant, and that resulted in the shooting that caused the deaths of at least four people. So these actions are becoming all too consistent in our society, all too common, and we're doing nothing about them. It's a combination of, first of all, social isolation due to internet and mobile, offshoring of jobs, which virtually prevents anyone who doesn't have the requisite skills from getting a great job that can feed a family of four and working a normal number of hours. Okay? And then having the common pressures of family on top of that, and then even the wife working and not bringing home enough money because the situation also applies to her. Now, someone would say, well, those are the breaks, and black folks have been dealing with that for years, decades. True. But we have a generation of people who are white who are not attuned to that kind of pressure because their folks weren't. And so they don't have the built-in set of expectations that are less than, that say, okay, this isn't going to happen for you for this, that, and the other reason, and therefore you're tuned to it. They have different set of expectations. And so to relieve themselves of it, they might drink, or I don't know if this man did drugs, I hope not. But there's something going on, okay? This is, again, I'm going to repeat, this is all too consistent and all too frequent a pattern that leads to these shootings for there not to be a connection in the way that I'm talking about. In their book, Why Manufacturing Matters, actually, it wasn't so much John Zeisman that pointed to this, but it was Daniel Bluestein. This goes all the way back to 1979 when the decline in manufacturing and its impact on the socioeconomy of the Midwest was being analyzed by urban planners and sociologists at that time. At any rate, there was a direct correlation between job loss or underemployment, which was the talk then. That's when the term underemployment started to be used. Underemployment. There's a direct correlation between the rise in that, those two factors, and domestic violence and crime. Folks, that applies today. We have a serious problem in this have versus have not economy, and we're doing nothing to address it.